And we are back with another edition of building the best possible team from a different division today. Today's team is the NFC West. We're one member short, but me and Derek got this. We can hold this down. We are going to build the best possible team for the NFC West, only using 7 players from each team. That's it. And head coach just for fun.
Head coach just for fun.
Just for fun.
And I know how we usually do it. We're going to do it once again is we're going to go through each position. And if there is a no doubt we need that player no matter what, there's no one even close, we're going to take that player and move down the list. If not, we'll skip and go to the next available position. So I will say this one might be the best division when it comes to building a team. We shall see.
Yeah, I'm looking at these names and I'm like,
it's going to be tough. So I'll start here. I think no one's going to have one for this one. We got quarterback. I think Matt Stafford, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, and Sam Darnold, you can have a little bit of argument for each of them, especially if you're just looking at what they did last season. So I'm going to be honest. I'll skip quarterback. I don't think there's a for sure.
Good. Yeah, because like your heart wants to just immediately go Matt Stafford, most accomplished, Super Bowl, the whole 9. But if you look at the Rams roster-wise, they got a lot of really good players. So it's like we got to pick and choose here.
And hey, Brock Purdy's there, Kyler Murray's there, and you say, Brock Purdy's not that good. He went to the Super Bowl twice.
Right. Exactly. And like, spoiler.
He might have a better team he'll have a better team this time if we choose him.
Yep. 100%. I don't think running back's that easy either because I was going to say 2 years ago, CMC was undoubtedly the best running back in the league. But right now, at where it stands, I think you would have to take Kyron Williams over him, right?
Injury history, if we're including that, and if we're like building a team in the future, yeah. Just so you guys know, this is just like going into 1 year, you get this team. I mean, we're kind of assuming that these players wouldn't get hurt, but that's kind of always going to be in the back of your mind. Like for the Cleveland Browns, we didn't take Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah because his neck injury against Derrick Henry against the Ravens. Didn't take him, although he would have been the best outside linebacker in that division. So,
yep.
Yeah, I agree with the running back one. You got 4 ones that you could choose from, and I don't think it's you need any. Kyron, I would say out of all of them, but as of right now, I'd say skip and move on.
Yeah.
And I think we skip over this one too.
I think wide receiver 1 is clear-cut no-brainer. But
who? Puka?
Listen.
You love Puka.
Love that Hawaiian big dog.
Is that
Pacific Islander?
Is that gonna make your day if we put Puka at number 1 just for the vibes?
Wide receiver 1. Listen, I love Devontae Adams, but if we're just vibing out JSN, great. But I think Puka's the best receiver in that division, big dog. Give him to me.
Just to make you happy, we're gonna put Puka at number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, there we go. I like it. I like it.
Then I guess I'll take the reins here next. Tight end. We're going to have 2 tight end positions. I'm never a big fan of taking that second tight end, usually as the second best tight end in the division, just because the tight end 2 is not as important when building a team.
Yep.
But as of right now, if we're just taking the best 2, it's McBride and Kittle. So I don't know if we want to just kind of throw those 2 there for right now, because it's a big drop-off between those 2 and Tyler Higbee and Noah Fant.
It is a big drop off. I think I'm comfortable with just putting those 2 at wide receiver 1 and 2 for now.
Tight end 1 and 2.
No, sorry, tight end.
We knew what you meant.
I'm still loving Puka. Sorry,
still love him. So we'll put him there for right now, and I'm gonna let you take this guy you did draft. You'll walk away, and I'll wait. I'll wait for you to come back. I didn't know you were walking away.
I meant to say, hold on, let me grab a pen, and I just walked away instead.
This is what I have to do. This is what I have to deal with, guys. This is what I have to deal with. They just leave without telling me. I'm going to go with pen. So, yeah, we'll put tight end 1 and 2, Kittle and McBride, and I'll let you take one of your favorite left tackles, I assume. The guy that you drafted in your your current NFL team that we did in the draft.
Drafted him high. Let me get my boy, Big Gorilla. That's what he calls himself. It's not a nickname that I just gave him.
Yes.
Let me get Trent Williams.
The best left tackle in the game. Or you can argue one of the best if you're going to argue somebody else, but consistently has been the best left tackle in the game. Now, fair warning for everybody that is watching. We are AFC North fans. We majority watch AFC teams because our teams play AFC teams for the most part.
Yep.
Now, when it comes to the NFC West, we are not as familiar when it comes to offensive linemen because we're not watching your teams that many times. Maybe we watch them once or twice through a whole year. We're not NFL analysts. We don't get paid like that to watch every single team, every single game, because I don't think they even do that. So if you think there's a left guard, a center, or a right guard that we might have gotten wrong, you let us know.
We're probably going to get this wrong.
So the research that I did personally was I went through and put a versus finder, looked at their stats of last year and kind of ranked them from just basically their stats and their approximate value according to Pro Football Reference. So if you want me to, I can just run down the offensive line for you the way that I evaluated it, because I'll be honest, me, myself, and I assume you don't know a lot of these linemen.
So I know a couple of them. Let me give you a couple guys, and you tell me how far off I am. Okay?
Listening. Yep.
Because mine is no research, yours is with statistical research. So let's just see if I completely know nothing, like we assume. Right tackle. Is it Rob Havenstein? Havenstein?
On the Rams, he wasn't nice. But I guess statistically, according to last year, 49ers Colton McKivix was a better right tackle, according to stats. Like we said, we don't watch these games. We don't know these teams as well. So are we high? We might be, but statistically, that is the ranking to where I had them. If you wanted to, you could say Paris Johnson or Alaric Jackson as well. Those are the left tackles for the Cardinals and Rams. Or Charles Cross on the Seahawks. Those were all pretty good left tackles last year. If you wanted to, quote unquote, convert them to right tackle as well, you could do that. I know for me, I had the ranking. You can argue if you want to. I mean, I don't think we're going to have very many arguments because we don't really watch these players. But
I just need to know, does Matt's boy Kevin Dotson make this roster or not?
I think for me, he would. He'd be at the right guard position, Kevin Dotson.
That's what, I was going to say Kevin Dotson.
So for the offensive line, I would have had left guard Evan Brown, center Hajati Forhold. I don't know how you say his name, but he's a center for the Cardinals. And then Kevin Dotson, your right guard, and then that Colton McKivix for the Niners at right tackle. Like we said, if you want to change right tackle from one of them left tackle players on the other teams, you can. This might make a little more sense as we go down the line and choose other players from other teams, if you just want to run with this for right now. Yeah,
absolutely. Who was the left guard?
Left guard will be Evan Brown from the Cardinals.
Evan Brown, okay.
Gray Zabel is on the Seahawks. He's a rookie. Ben Barch, he's on the 49ers, didn't really play. And Steve Avila, I don't know how you really say his name, on the Rams. He would have been the other guy, but according to statistics, guys, Evan Brown was a better guard.
So update, we only have 2 Rams. We have 3 Niners, 3 Cardinals, and we have 0 Seahawks. So
I like the Seahawks for a couple other spots coming up for sure.
Okay, because Seahawks had a pretty good defense.
Yes.
So let's just go there. So you want to go straight to D end?
Yeah, we can go straight to D end. I think we know who the best D end would be.
I'm thinking Josh Sweat.
The best D end over there?
Yeah. I'm just not seeing anybody better than Josh.
Is it because of what he stands for, maybe? That what people believe he stands for?
I like black quarterbacks. He does not.
But
I guess Nick Bosa has to be on this team.
I don't mind those 2 DNs being our DNs, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Sweat is definitely second.
All right, well, we'll do those 2 at the DNs for right now. We'll have Nick Bosa and Josh Sweat. So that's going to be 4-4 for the Niners and Cardinals. This is where it can get a little different. You got a lot of
Yeah.
options here. So for D tackle, Leonard Williams and Kobie Turner considered defensive ends on their defense, but they're D tackles. Those are probably the two best defensive tackle options because the other D tackles on the rosters is Calais Campbell and Dalvin Tomlinson, which we know on the Cardinals.
Hey, Dalvin is pretty good, though. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Dalvin got a paycheck, too, when he left the Browns. That's why we let him go, because we didn't want to pay him. He got paid.
He did. Jonathan Hankins as well is over there. Jordan Elliott on the 49ers, who was also on the Browns. So we know a little bit about those guys, but I'm pretty sure we would say Dalvin Tomlinson and Jordan Elliott, the ex-Browns, would not be the starting defensive tackles when it comes to this, especially since I would... okay. I mean, those are...
Was Leonard Williams considered a D tackle?
So he is listed as a defensive end, but we know Leonard Williams is a defensive tackle. He's a nose tackle.
That's what I thought.
But in their system, running a 3-4, he's going to be considered a D end. But, you can put Leonard at D tackle, which I think he should go without a doubt.
Okay, that's why I was wondering. Okay, so Leonard Williams, we got another Seahawk off the board here.
Okay, so we'll throw
the first Seahawk.
Say that again? Yeah, that's our first Seahawk.
Wow.
So we'll throw Lenny at defensive tackle. If we want to come back, because I think it'll be close, if we want to just position-wise, I like Kobie Turner from the Rams being a defensive tackle as well for us. Then you could go Calais Campbell either or, but...
Yeah, Kobie Turner and Calais Campbell's probably going to be a stat thing because, Calais Campbell's getting a little older, but he's still pretty productive. He's kind of like a Cam Hayward type of guy. He's 76 years old, but he's still out there making plays.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, Kobie Turner, without a doubt, was better than Calais last year. He had 62 total tackles, 8 sacks, a forced fumble, a forced return, compared to Calais that only played not very many games last year. I guess he did. Well, he played 17, but I feel like he didn't get a lot of time. He had to combine 52 tackles, 5 sacks. So it's a little closer, but the edge does go towards Kobie Turner's favor when it comes to that.
Let's go to Kobie Turner because then that would only be the second Ram that we have. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, I feel like we got some Rams coming up here, but let's go there.
All right. Then we'll move on to outside linebacker, and I'll let you take the reins on that. We're gonna need two of them.
So we're looking at outside linebacker. I'm going to tell you guys now, Mack Wilson Sr., I am familiar with his game. I watched him go a full NFL game without accumulating one stat. Didn't even have a deflection, nothing. He was just out there for cardio. Tony Snell, not him. I think we have to go young here. And I think Jared Verse is definitely on this team.
Without
Rookie
a doubt.
year, dude was like that. So I think Jared Verse has to go into our first outside linebacker spot.
Now, before your second outside linebacker, it does get close statistically here. If you're just looking at stats, DeMarcus Lawrence had more sacks than Mack, but DeMarcus Lawrence really isn't an outside linebacker. He's more of an edge rusher than a true outside linebacker.
Yeah. I was going to ask if we were going to put DeMarcus Lawrence there at outside linebacker because he technically is an edge. Like it's TJ Watt type situation.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got the Rams and the Seahawks running 3-4 defenses. So those outside linebackers are a little more, edge rushers a little bit. Mack Wilson isn't terrible. Like you said, I mean, there's some times to where Mack Wilson does not show up at all. I think the second
without accumulating a stat there, a full game.
So did TJ Watt. So did TJ Watt.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure. At least once.
I can't believe I drafted that dude first in our draft.
I'd say move on from the. I sound a little country there. Move on from the second outside linebacker if you want to move on to that middle linebacker.
Yeah, I think middle linebacker is locked up. Some would argue the best middle linebacker in football. Some would say one, some might say two. But I think Fred Warner is the middle linebacker on this team.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a argument for that one at all. Even if he was coming off of an injury, you're still taking him over any other middle linebacker in this division. Second, I think it's close between a couple of them. If we just want to move on and take the next for sure player in the next one, I think corner, I think it has to be Tariq Woolen.
Yeah, Tariq Woolen. Absolutely.
So we'll put him at number 1. Now, number 2 corner, you got Sean Murphy-Bunting, you got Starling Thomas, Darius Williams. And just so you guys know, when we're doing this, we're going to do 2 corners and 1 true nickelback corner as the third corner. So the nickelback is going to be different. That's going to have Devon Witherspoon, which I would say should be there.
Yep.
But I will say Garrett Williams with the Cardinals, great last year as well, along with I can't say that guy's name from the 49ers. Diamador? Lenore? Sure. Those 3 are good nickels. I'm going to be honest, I'm not familiar with Quentin Lake as much, but I'm cool with the nickel.
Hearing his name. That's about it, though.
I'm cool with the nickel being Devon Witherspoon for right now.
The nickel is definitely Devon Witherspoon.
And that's 3.
Update. The Knicks are about to go up 3-1.
No. What's the score?
They are up 10 with 59 seconds left, and Jason Tatum just got to carry it off the court.
We're going to have 2 upsets in the East. That's insane. That's insane. And for you that don't know anything about basketball, this is, if you never watched NBA basketball before, this would have been the year 2 for the playoffs, because it has been crazy games and crazy upsets in these games. So
that's great. Great playoffs.
We'll move on. I think just looking at this, I think you would know who the next best position and player would be.
You going free safety?
I'd probably go free safety.
Going Buda Baker here, big AZ guy.
I would. I like Buda.
Okay.
And if he's going against DK, he's going to chase him down, run him down. Don't worry about it.
All right, so let's get a count before we pick anything else real quick. Let's see where we are. So let's go Rams first.
Got 4.
Rams, we only have
got 4.
3 Rams.
4.
4? Oh,
we got Jared Verse, Kobie Turner, Kevin Dotson, and Puka.
Yep. Okay, so we got room for 3 more Rams.
We got Cardinals with 5, Niners with 5, and Seahawks with 3 still. Seahawks, we might have to go shout out Jason Myers and
Jason Myers at kicker. Yep.
And maybe Michael Dixon. Maybe Michael Dixon at punter too.
Well, hold on. We can throw wide receiver. Okay, so listen, it's gonna be tough. I love Devontae Adams, but I am comfortable putting JSN as wide receiver too.
I like JSN. Yeah, because he's one of the players that from the Rams you're gonna want at least up there for sure, and to take up a spot. So that'd move to 5 Seahawks. I'll be honest, we only got 4 Rams.
That's okay though, because listen, Rams, we can go stack quarterback and then running back. We can go Stafford, Kyron right there.
Okay, yeah, you could,
and I don't hate that at all.
Yeah, we could go that way. Yeah, I mean, you could finish it. Oh, we got 5. Okay, yeah.
And then RB2, we can go Kenneth Walker. I know people are like, "Oh my God, what? Not CMC?" We can go CMC. I mean, listen, what we seen last year didn't look great, guys.
I will say before we do that, well, I guess you could use another Ram again. I would say at least the next wide receiver should be Devontae or Cooper Kupp, though. I think it should be a Ram or a Seahawk. I know Ayuk's there. I know Marv Harrison's there. But I think those other guys proved a lot more than any of those guys.
Let's go Devontae.
You want to go Devontae? Okay.
Yep.
I think that's I might sound faded. I think Devontae right now is not a bigger leap than Cooper Kupp, but I think majority of the NFL would take Devontae over Cooper Kupp without a doubt.
I agree. We love you though, Cooper. Still one of the most impressive receiving seasons in history. I had you ranked them in the top 5. So we need an outside linebacker, a middle linebacker, a kicker, and a safety.
We got kicker and Jason Myers. I put Jason Myers.
I'm sorry, punter.
Yeah.
Punter, sorry.
I will be honest, when it came to a lot of these players, I have their, stats comparing. a lot of them to one another. That's kind of how we make the decisions over here, especially if we don't watch them. It's kind of what we have to go off of.
Yep.
Statistically, the two Seahawk middle linebackers, Ernest Jones and Tyrese Knight, were better than the rest of the field left. When it comes to corner, Sean Murphy-Bunting and Starling Thomas, the fifth, were the better corners than the rest of the field there. Those were both Cardinal players.
Yes, Murphy-Bunting.
I'm cool with throwing Murphy then right now for 2.
Let's do that.
Okay, then that's 6 Cardinals. Outside linebacker, statistically, the 3 best was, you would say, Boy Mayfield, Byron Young, and Mac Wilson. Just for the fact I'm not counting DeMarcus and them because they don't fit traditionally outside linebacker positions. Exactly. But Boy as well, not traditional. He's more of a down lineman. Same thing with Byron Young, not traditional outside linebacker. The only traditional one would be more of like the Mac Wilson. I mean, Byron Young or Mac Wilson. That's what I would think you would choose from. But I mean,
I think we got to go Byron Young here.
Okay.
I cannot see putting Mac Wilson on this team. I'm going to be honest with you. So
I think it's between those two. Now, if we would take him, we would miss out on a Stafford Kyron Williams setup.
We can't mess that up.
So if we really want a Stafford Kyron Williams, we can't really put any other Rams anywhere else.
That messes a lot up.
Let's go. Let's just keep talking here. We got strong safety. We got Cameron Curl, who was on the Rams, was statistically the best strong safety over there. You got Jalen Thompson, Cardinals, Kobe Bryant with the Seahawks. Those were the next best 2 after him. Malik Mustafa also for the 49ers, but he was the last ranked strong safety in that division. So strong safety, if you want to. Best available is Rams. Second best is Cardinals and Seahawks. I wouldn't mind a McCaffrey, Kyron Williams, just to have the best 2 running backs.
Yep. Let's go CMC and then Kyron.
Just for Kenneth Walker and James Conner aren't far off as being absolutely solid running backs for your team.
Right.
But comparing those 2 players to the other positions and those players that we're trying to figure out, bless you, can't even hear it, but I think those 2 have a bigger drop-off compared to the outside linebackers that we're arguing with, the strong safeties that we're arguing with.
I'm muted so I can sneeze.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Yeah, that's funny. I didn't even hear it. So I believe we need how many spots open? We got middle linebacker, outside linebacker, strong safety, punter. That's 4. And then quarterback would be 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we got 6. So let's go. 6 Niners, 6 Cardinals, 6 Rams, and 5 Seahawks.
Okay, so let's go Stafford at quarterback.
So you want to finish the Rams going Stafford at quarterback.
Rams. Yep.
Okay.
And then fill a spot. Let's go Michael Dickinson as the punter for the Seahawks. Just to get another Seahawk in there. I don't think anybody's going to cry about a punter.
So close your ears, close your eyes, whatever. We got 666 left between the 3 teams.
Okay. Outside linebacker, middle linebacker.
So this is where it's going to get a little tricky here. Now we're going to argue. Let me see. I'm putting this in there so I have all the teams. So yeah, we got 3 left. Outside linebacker, it goes from... that one's close because I don't... people listening to us, I don't know. Is it weird to throw an outside linebacker that's really more of like a pass rush player in there?
I just want to say DeMarcus Lawrence, but it's like... listen, we don't have to decide on if we're running a 3-4 or a 4-3. So
True.
Depending on if we run a 3-4, DeMarcus Lawrence can be the edge rusher technically.
DeMarcus Lawrence could be the edge rusher. He did play in 17 games. He only had 4 sacks in those 17 games. Boy Mayfield, if that's how you say his name, had 9 sacks. Byron Young, 8 sacks. Baron Browning, 4.5. If you're just
It
going,
looks
if you're going straight off, like, I don't know, if you're going straight off tackles, Byron Young and Boy Mayfield are like the two best options left.
oh boy, Mayfield. Let's do it.
And if we're choking your name there, I'm sorry, brother.
It's probably Mafe.
Mafe. That might hurt our middle line. That is going to hurt our middle linebacker a lot, actually. Because middle linebacker, I don't know if you see the rankings that I have. No, we have Seahawks left. Our Seahawks isn't finished.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will say, especially for Lawrence, we kind of talked about him a little bit. He did get hurt last year as well. So
Yeah.
we'll throw that into effect of why we didn't take him.
All right, you got to take middle linebacker here.
So middle linebacker, if you're just statistically looking at it, you would say Ernest Jones would probably have been the best middle linebacker. He has the most tackles. He has an interception on the year. So does Akeem Davis-Gather. He has the highest AV rating, approximate value rating. He has a forced fumble. So does Akeem. No one else does. I say we go Ernest Jones.
Yep.
I think he got traded there. So nice little pickup for them.
We still have a Niners spot left, right?
Yeah, we're going to have a Niners and Cardinals spot open, I believe, right? Or am I tripping? I am tripping.
Strong safety. I like Malik Mustafa.
We got 8 Seahawks. Derek miscounted, so we cannot have Ernest Jones. I'm cool with taking Ernest Jones and changing the punter to one of the other 2 teams still, if that's okay.
We can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
The last one is strong safety now. If you're just,
I'm okay with Malik Mustafa there.
Jalen Thompson had 61 tackles, Mufasa 32. Combined tackles 98 for Thompson, 72 for Mustafa. Mustafa did have a interception. Jalen Thompson didn't. They are close to one another. Fumble returns, Jalen Thompson got that. I mean, they're close to one another. So it depends on if you want to go Mustafa there.
Let's go Mustafa there. I'm going to get roasted for it. Somebody's going to hate it, but let's do it.
All right, we'll go Mustafa at the strong safety. And that's going to leave for the punter.
Blake Gilkin.
Yep.
Gilkin.
What a great guy he is.
Balake Gilkin.
So that is the final team for the NFC West. Now,
I don't feel good about this one.
You don't feel good? I mean, Jordan isn't here to hate on me. I did make a team beforehand just so I can process on how usually stuff goes. And so I can get
a team beforehand every time.
Yeah, and I was going to say so I can make the graphic somewhat ahead of time. So I kind of have an idea of me not trying to rush everything all at once. I think the only things that I had different, I did have Michael Dixon as my punter. I had Cameron Curl as my strong safety. I had Mac Wilson at outside linebacker. Might have been a Brown in me that wanted him in there.
Of all the Browns, you went with him.
And then other than that, my only other thing that I had different, Brock Purdy was my quarterback. So
you can't go wrong with that. I like Brock Purdy. I don't think you're wrong with that. That's a dude that made it to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, so it was, I mean, pretty damn close to how we did it as well. I think that offense is absolutely stacked. I don't know if anyone's talking.
That's crazy.
I think this is the best offense we have made out of all the divisions.
Stafford, Kyron, CMC, Puka, Tay, JSN, Kittle, McBride.
And that O-line's nice too. And like we said, if you want to move a left tackle to right tackle, you can. I mean, it's just
right.
Do whatever you want.
That is a nasty offense, though.
I will say, Jordan, if you're watching this, we did argue about moving guards from left to right. That is more common in the NFL than it is left tackle to right tackle. Just saying. Putting that out there, motherfucker. I'm joking. Love you, Jordan. Hopefully he'll be back for the next one. He did get a new job, so trying to work around a little bit of schedules here to get everyone back together again. So that's the goal.
Let us know how we did. Let us know who we missed, who got snubbed, where we messed up. Once again, we said we didn't know this division that well, so give us some grace. Let us know what division we should do next. Double check and go watch the ones that we have done now, because a lot of people are requesting ones we've done. And then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Show us a little love.
Show us your team.
Appreciate you guys.
Show us your team, how you would have made it. Like we said, O-line is not our strong suit when it comes to the divisions we don't know. So, like you said, give us a little bit of grace there.
I think I only knew 4 O-linemen to know how they played.
Yeah.
I knew names of more, but I remember how Kevin Dotson played. I remember how Trent Williams played, obviously. But
and I know those. I know those guys and the other guys I didn't know, but I'm like, they might be as good. I just don't know. So I
didn't know one center, not one.
The centers. I think I knew the dude from the Cardinals. That's the only guy I knew.
Yeah, I trust you on that one because I didn't.
Don't trust me. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace out.
Peace.